Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Have I got some incredible things to share with you guys in this upcoming video. You guys are never going to look at the skies the same again, especially when you see lights moving around in the nighttime sky like you're going to see in this video. Today we're going to look into two unusual sky events that share many of the same characteristics. Both are silent and both are moving unlike anything you would normally see. But first, we're going to start off here in Austin, Texas. We're going to go from Austin to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then to Charlotte, North Carolina. Here we go.
It's really sporadic.
This is a video sent in by Laura from Austin, Texas in 4K format for your viewing pleasure. What's up, guys? Rick, Steve, Agent Fletcher, the Drifter. What's going on, guys? Check it out. She's looking at this craft, whatever it is, off in the distance, and I want to take you in a little closer. We're going to look at three very, very unique videos in this video. It's stationary, it's no sound, and before you guys say, oh, wait a minute, that's just nothing but a blimp. If it's a blimp, it's upside down, because the cockpit area of the blimp would be on the top of this thing. See it? See, I know it's a little tough to see, I get that, but on the top is where the control panels and stuff like that would be, not on the bottom like a typical blimp. This isn't a blimp. She didn't identify this thing as a blimp. If it were a blimp, she wouldn't even have been recording it. This was something much different. This kind of ties in with what I'm going to share with you guys in the next two videos. Once again, one out of Tulsa and one out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Very cool stuff. Exceptional video footage, much like this one right here. And again, she wasn't looking for anything like most of these types of videos that I get. People aren't looking. They just happen to be carrying a high-definition recording device. Everybody's got a smartphone these days that can take very good videos. That's what the case was here. She just happened to be in the right place at the right time, saw this thing just kind of hanging around in the sky. There were no special events going on. This just happened to appear out of nowhere. You know how sometimes the blimp will be in like New Jersey, New York, Los Angeles, well, above a big event, you know, maybe a big football game or something like that. We're going to go in real close. Here we go. This wasn't a blimp, guys. It was just kind of sitting over there, doing its thing, whatever it's doing. Right there, it's even kind of, you can see the backlight blinking on this thing, but at times it looks like the entire thing is surrounded, maybe wrapped in some sort of a electromagnetic energy field. I don't know. It was just far enough away to where you really couldn't get a great look at it, but it left a big impression on her, me. I enjoyed analyzing that video. It was very, very bizarre. Coming over here to the homepage of the website, if you guys have any photos that you'd like to share, by all means, send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. And there's a Dropbox over here as well, right here, where it says have a large video. Send your photos, guys. Real quick update on the sun. There was another giant CME right there, but look what happened during the CME. Something was sprayed towards the Earth. You had a CME go to the north, right up here, in the general vicinity of a comet that's up there, right there. That CME went towards Comet Atlas. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Otherwise, nobody will see the video. So hit the like button while we're thinking about it. Watch the CME come out the bottom. So you've got one on the north limb of the sun, one on the south limb of the sun, and then this. Watch what happens. Earth was sprayed with, I don't know if that's plasma, if those are just simply charged particles, if that's some sort of a debris field that we were in temporarily, if that's got something to do with one of the comets. This was on the SOHO LASCO C3 just a few hours ago. That's why I left the date over here on the lower left. 10/26, 2025 at right around 2:30 is when the first CME went off. The second CME went off around 10 something, and then the Earth, like I said, right there was sprayed with something. Could have been plasma, could have been I don't know, a meteorite field, something like that. Anyway, debris was abundant flying through the solar system, which is nothing new, but it doesn't normally come directly towards the SOHO LASCO C3 instrument, LASCO C2 and 3. Here's a still image of the same thing, and you can see it covered a wide area. And it just so happened to be during the two large CMEs. We've seen several large CMEs just in the past, I don't know, 5-6 days. Some with an Earth-directed component, others not. Okay, guys, here we go. Why I brought you here. I'm going to show you guys a couple of videos that were sent in just here recently. I've had a chance to analyze them, and we're going to take a close look at things you don't see every day. That's why I titled the banner like that, because it was the best way that I could title it. Because these are nighttime videos, and a lot of times nighttime videos don't make the best banners, just to be honest with you, but sometimes they make the very best videos. So those of you guys that stuck around and were curious by and actually the banner maybe wasn't, quite as dramatic as it could have been, but I just wanted to keep it real. That's all. Here we go. We're starting off in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Christo K. Check it out. I think this is Tulsa, right? No, Charlotte, North Carolina, and then Tulsa. So here we go. Check this out. He was just, again, like Laura in Austin, Texas, just driving, minding his own business. Now keep in mind, he's driving down this road here. There's a house over here to the right. This was on 10/22 of 2025. I analyzed this the last couple of days. See it right there? That is a formation he saw in the sky. That's what compelled him to take the video. It's over there behind the trees, probably, I don't know, 5,000 feet in the sky, 4,000, 6,000, give or take, a couple hundred feet. This thing is probably a couple hundred feet long. It's difficult to say how wide because all we can see is the light formation. The light formation is obviously part of something bigger in the sky that we just simply can't see. It looks like to me a classic triangle craft. This one here looks a little bigger than normal. Right there's the object, and the lights are outlining the object so you can see at least what's going on up there. He said this thing made no sound, but he also implied that there was something that kind of fell off this thing as he was watching it. The video was only itself maybe 15 seconds long. This is a close-up view of the same video. Kind of got lost over there in the light saturation from the street light. And we're going to zoom in even closer. I put it in slow motion coming up. We're going to switch formats just a little bit to try to pull forward the body of this thing. We're going to go in even closer. And yes, it had to have had a body. That's what the lights are attached to. I've actually seen one of those years ago back in, it wasn't that long ago, 2018. Flew right over our neighborhood, a triangle. I've seen the boomerang and the triangles. They're both very real. I believe they're man-made objects. They're very cool, whatever they are. They can do whatever they want. They're super quiet. They definitely don't use fuel or, the typical type of combustion engines. I think they're anti-gravity. But anyway, there's a look at it in this particular format. I kind of added a little bit of color. There wasn't a whole lot of color to work with. I was just trying to pull forward the edge of this thing. We see these every once in a while. In fact, I've got a video that I'm currently working on of the lights that somebody saw, similar to this as they were driving down a 4-lane highway going about 65 miles an hour. Here it is in inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light. There you go. Those lights are definitely attached to something in a V shape right there, a triangle shape in the sky, hovering above Charlotte, North Carolina. Got another example coming up, and it's just kind of floating over there, and it's rolling, if you will. You can see it's kind of pointed down right there, and it's not level. It's not perfectly level. It's kind of got the tip of it pointed down, and it's rolling from left to right. That is wild. What an incredible video by Christo. Here it is in another, this is like an X-ray format. Again, I tried to pull the edge of this thing forward, but I'm telling you, I've worked on several of these videos that involve these triangles, and they are difficult, if not next to impossible, to pull forward the edge of those things. They are very, very stealthy. Absolutely. Here's 4 silent, high-speed objects in a night vision camera. Check this out. Tulsa, Oklahoma, are you serious right now? Garrick K. And this video was just from a few nights ago. Check this out. He said if it wasn't for the night vision device he was using, he would not have seen these things. Say what? Okay, these things were moving at an incredible rate of speed. There's either, okay, we've got a couple of different scenarios here. We've either got 2 objects, 1 object, or 4 independent objects. I guess there could be 3 different scenarios. Looks like to me we're dealing with at least 2. You can see they're staying in a perfectly straight line, so that's almost implying that maybe they're attached to something bigger that we just can't see. This is the original unedited video. All I did right here is zoom in just a very little bit. He said these things, like the triangle that we just saw, didn't make any sound, obviously moving very, very fast. And again, he wouldn't have seen these things if he weren't using night vision instrumentation. He said this was some of the strangest activity he'd ever seen in the nighttime sky. So that's the completion of the original video once they dipped in behind those power lines. So what we're going to do now is zoom in. I'm going to modify it just a little bit. I tried to take away some of the what I call noise. It's pixelation, brightened them up a little bit. Now here, it looks like we're dealing with two objects. It's either this section of two over here opposed to that one there. They're slightly off center from each other. So that tells me that there were probably two objects right there moving very, very quickly, nearly perfect. Keep the emails coming, guys. Hear that chiming? That's an email. So the email's working good. It's getting full. I have to keep it empty, but there it is in a different format. I brightened them up a little bit, zoomed in a little tighter, denoised the video, and there you go. And again, like the triangle, I was trying to pull forward a body and just an edge, man, just a little bitty piece of the body. And there wasn't one to see, especially on this one here. We're looking at the backside of whatever's going on here, moving at an incredibly high rate of speed above Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there you have it. This is another view of the same original video. I just slightly modified the lighting, and you can see it a little bit further. You can see it clear past the power lines there, unlike the original right about there. You couldn't even see them anymore because I juiced it up a little bit, pulling forward the light. Here I juiced it even more. I didn't alter the video with regard to adding light or taking away lights. I just simply enhanced the lights so we can see them better. That's all. Here they are, even brighter. Original speed, this is how fast they were going. He was very taken back. Like Christo that saw the triangle, he was very taken back as well. He'd never seen anything like this before in his life. And he said these were not visible without the night vision goggles. He said they just simply weren't visible. But there you go. There's another format. Again, you know, you guys tell me what we're looking at here. There's no navigation lights on these things, no sound. They're flying unusually low. They're turning at an angle slightly left to right. Yeah, it's not something you see every day. Totally. And guys, the videos that I share with you guys, here it is in an inverted format. Light is dark, dark is light. These are very unique between myself and the observer. They just happen to see these things. Here they are again. What are we dealing with here? I think we're dealing with two separate objects, and they're moving at a high rate of speed together in unison at the same speed. But again, these things were not visible to the naked eye. So make that make sense, right? Pretty cool stuff. A lot of videos I get in are very cool, and these are rare sightings. People are just seeing these things on the fly. You know, I don't know anybody that's ever set out to go see something unusual in the sky. It just happens, you know what I mean? It's like seeing a meteorite. You're not expecting it until it happens, you know? And then it's like, yo, you know, nobody's out looking for a meteor unless it's during a meteor shower. We don't have unusual lights in the nighttime sky events. They just happen, you know? So he did a great job recording these things. Here I zoomed in as close as I absolutely could get. And there you have it. Whatever they may be, guys. Again, things you just don't see every day. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Charlotte, North Carolina. Look at that. Anybody else ever see anything like that in the nighttime sky? I got to be honest, I haven't, but I don't go set out looking for lights in the sky either. So, but this is highly unusual, and he said these were not visible to the naked eye. How cool is that? And here's one more, a simple inversion. Light is dark, dark is light. Not quite in X-ray format, but let me slow it down just a little bit because I'm so heavily zoomed in. The slightest amount of movement is going to look like a lot of movement, even though it's not. He did a great job recording these things, whatever they are. It's a mystery. More mystery lights in the skies above the earth. They're happening and showing up in all different locations around the world. I get videos every day from somewhere around the world. And again, if you guys have videos you'd like to share, send them on in. Reports at MrMBB333.com. Right there's the email, or again, you can use the Dropbox. And that's the very first thing I do each day is check the Dropbox. Then I go from the Dropbox to the email. So send them on in, guys, if you got them. Looking at the GOES X-ray flux, we've seen two large CMEs in the last 48 hours, but Not any large solar flares associated with the CMEs. We did see that big giant debris field headed towards the Earth. That's why it looks so profound, because it's coming directly at us. That just happened a few hours ago. It happened today, but we had no incident with regard to the ionosphere D region. It was quiet. In fact, it's still quiet right now. Usually when there's a storm that comes directly towards the Earth, the shock wave will show up over here on the D region absorbed. It's called DRAP. Basically what it is, it's a disturbance in the upper or lower southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere, ionosphere D regions, and it'll cause ripples throughout the northern and southern hemispheres in the polar regions. No ripples today, so whatever that was, it went safely right on past us, and most of us didn't even know it was there. What's up, Mary Wren, Terry Berry, Star family members? Thank you guys. Appreciate all your kindness. That's very much appreciated. It really is. 2 major sightings. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. All that does, when people ask you to hit the like button, because you guys have control over that, not me or anybody else, that tells the algorithm to, maybe push the video out to another device or two. That's all. Not trying to win a popularity contest, just trying to get the video out as far as we can get it. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. What's up, Graham? Good evening, my friend. Good evening. Got a storm brewing down in the Caribbean. Oh, my goodness. It is going to be one for the record books. Wow. Big old storm brewing down there. Are you serious right now? Check it out. Here's the latest. This is a still image. Look at that. You can see lightning on this particular graph here. And you don't normally see lightning inside the stadium effect eye of this thing. It's round. It's like a stadium. And that's lightning. That's what that indicates, is lightning. So again, like we talked about yesterday, if you know anybody in Jamaica, especially in the Kingston area, you might want to give them a big old heads up. I'm sure they're fully aware of what's coming their way, but it's about to become a Category 5 storm. It's just 6 or 8 hours away from probably becoming a Cat 5. You can see right there, it's going to be a Category 5 from the 24 to the 36-hour range, and that's less than 24 hours from now. Right now, it's a strong Category 4. They're already feeling the winds over in the Jamaica area. Guys, it's going to be a repeat of Hurricane Maria at the very least. At the very least. The only thing with this one here, it's already there. They're already getting rain and winds and things like that. It's going to be around a lot longer than Hurricane Maria. Probably 24 hours longer than Maria. And Maria, well, you all know what Maria did to Puerto Rico. They were without power in some places in Puerto Rico for a year. I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I can say is that is one very, very well put together storm system with a very powerful eye that is supercharged with lightning. These purple tops here you see here, these purple and white tops, those represent pure power. Pure power. And the storm is big as the island. Unreal. That is unbelievable. So hang on, guys. That's going to be a storm for the record books. I wouldn't doubt if that storm was retired after it does whatever it's going to do. We know whatever it's going to do ain't going to be pretty. Wow, that is a big, strong storm, and it's getting stronger. It's going to go from a 4 to a 5 here in about 24 hours. So big heads up to everybody down in Jamaica. Here's one more look at the storm. You serious right now? I was talking about that stadium effect. You can see the eye wall kind of goes down into a V. Gee, many crickets. Look at that. I mean, it's perfectly round. It's functioning at 100% capacity. Not 90, not 85. That's at 100%. It's going to get stronger, guys. Oh, wow. I honestly don't know that Jamaica is ready for that. I don't know of any island that would be ready for something like that. I'm speechless, and I've done this for 20 years. I am speechless. That is one powerful storm that should not be underestimated. That's all I can say. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to hop off here. I hope you enjoyed the video and the cool lights that we saw in the sky. I get videos like that every once in a while. I just happened to get 2 that were similar, even though this one's not a triangle. It was curious. That's all I can say. It was just a neat collection of unusual lights in the sky. And this one here was obviously a big triangle. Couldn't quite pull forward. The body got close. You can see it was a big one, somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 200 feet long. That was a good sized craft up there above, I believe that one was Charlotte and the other one was Tulsa. Yeah, Charlotte and Tulsa were the hot spots of the day. All right, guys, well, listen, thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks for the likes. Really appreciate that. Everybody stay safe. Again, if you know anybody in Jamaica, wow, we're pulling for you guys. Hopefully this will work out great. I don't know that it's going to, though. That's, again, one very, very big, strong storm. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day. And as always, be safe out there.